want to honor everyone that's been helping out here, from Danita, Andrew Young, Matthew, Ms. Najat. Thank you so much for putting on this event, giving me a platform to speak, and other speakers. Also, the speakers that have gone before me, I'm so impressed. These are just kids. These are just high school kids, and I'm so grateful to be able to share a platform with you guys. And also, the people that have come out to this, thank you so much for supporting us, taking your Friday night to come out here and hear what we have to say. So can we just give a round of applause to everybody? So, the title of my talk is called The Truth Will Set You Free. Now, TED Talks. I'm going to be honest here, I had no idea what I was getting myself into with this talk. I mean, I had seen TED Talks on Facebook, you know the ones that have like millions of views, like how to be a millionaire in 10 months, how to get a girlfriend, how to get a girlfriend, boyfriend in 5 minutes, how to become super organized and plan out your dreams and goals. Now y'all know my Google Chrome history. As I studied more TED Talks, I realized that I don't actually talk like most of those speakers. And I became a little bit discouraged, but I said to myself, Keith, why don't you just do your thing, and it's going to be okay. So it's okay if I just do my thing and you guys come along for the ride? Alright, so I was born and raised in East Vancouver. I grew up with my mom, my dad, and my grandma, who actually gave me this necklace. They were my 3 best friends. My parents worked extremely hard to give me the things that I needed. Now, life was good. In fact, life was great. Then my parents divorced. And my dad left our family, and it was just me and my mom. We were super poor. We didn't have a lot of money. We were on welfare. And that's when I began to see the darker things of life. I saw many of my family members start to view things like drugs and alcohol. I saw some of my family members choose to gangland. And I also saw death for the first time. I was just a little boy struggling with everything that was happening around him. Then I started school. Yay. I was a bad kid. I ran away from school. I didn't do my homework. In fact, I was that kid that had his own desk in the office. You know that one that's right beside the principal? That was me. And my friends would walk by, and most of them, they'd be close to the teacher, so they'd be all respectable, just walking like this. But there'll be those kids in the back that would just be like, like, you know, like how behind the scenes. I was that kid that was in that desk. Now, many of my teachers and the adults around me didn't know how to deal with me. I was troublesome. In fact, I was quite annoying, and in fact, I bothered them, to be honest. So you know what happened? They just gave up on me. And that's when I began to give up on myself. Little did they know was that little boy over there. He just wanted to be cared for. He just wanted to be hugged. There are many days where I acted out because I just needed a friend. I wasn't concerned between math or science because I was hurting inside. I didn't know how to deal with the things that were going on around me. Fast forward a few years, I ended up going to a fairly large high school, so I was no longer in the principal's desk. It was a lot easier to fly under the radar. But those same feelings from elementary school followed me. I still felt like I was a failure. I still felt like I didn't belong. And I still was hurt, sad. The only outcome I literally saw for my life was 3 things. It's either that I end up in jail, I join a gang, or I take my own life because the pain was so much. But somebody had other plans for me. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just list all my accomplishments out for you and tell you that I'm a success. I'll blame it on the Canadian in me. But I'm going to give you 3 things that have helped me get to this moment today to talk to you guys about my life. Now, as a kid, you're actually lied to a lot. However, I don't think adults think that you're that smart. So I was being told that, first of all, Santa Claus is real, the Easter Bunny was real, and the Tooth Fairy was real. Okay? And then I was being told by my teachers that I was dumb, that I was a failure, that I wasn't ever going to be anything in life. It wasn't until I got to grade 10 when I became, as you say, quote unquote, woke. I had just gotten cut from the grade 10 basketball team. This is the second time we got cut in high school for basketball. I know I'm super tall. Not every tall person is good at basketball. I just wanted to let you guys know. The senior varsity coach came up to me and he said to me these words I will never forget. He said, I want you to keep practicing because I'm going to actually need you for the next 2 years. Now, this was the first time where I felt a teacher believed in me. This was the first time where I really felt an adult wanted me. So, you know what I did? Oh, where's my slide at? It's all good. Yeah, that's me. Anyways, so what I did is I turned myself into the best basketball player I could be. I was in the gym every day at 7 a.m. I was shooting hoops at the rec center, working on my jump shot. I was hashtag ball is life, as you can see by that pose. I don't know what I was thinking. But as my confidence rose in the game of basketball, so did my goals. My goals got a lot bigger. So I set out to do something in senior year that hadn't been done in over 20 years, which was make the BC Senior Boys basketball provincials. Now it's been 30 years, so I suppose how old I am. It's been 30 years since that time. And only 2 teams have been to the BC Senior Boys basketball provincials. I was lucky enough to play on one. And it all started with a few words of truth from a coach in a gym. Now, that's my life. I know I'm blessed. I'm 6'4", so I got lucky in the basketball category. But what's the lies that you're being told right now? So I know some. UBC says you need 95% to get in, or else you ain't good enough. You look weird. You're awkward. Sometimes you smell bad. You don't have a lot of followers on Instagram, and you don't have a lot of likes on Facebook, so you actually ain't that important. You don't have the cash flow to buy things like Yeezys, Supreme, or shop at Aritzia. Shout out to all my girls that stand next to a white wall with Aritzia outfits. Hashtag my Aritzia. Those are all lies that you're being told. Now, I know some truth about you. And that was my first one. I kind of messed up the slide, so like knowing the truth is my first point. Y'all there? Okay. So I know some truths about you. One is you are learning and you're growing each and every day. There's talents that are inside of you that the world is just waiting to see. There's a purpose for your life that only you can discover. So again, knowing the truth is what's really important on the first step to success. Next is finding people that support you. So as a kid, I desperately needed people to support me. Like I said, I was hurting inside. And I did get that. Shout out to my mom, who I love so much. Thank you for being there for me and cheering me on. But I also was blessed enough to have some teachers speak support into my life. Mrs. Monk, Mrs. Maxwell Smith, Mr. Bailey, Mr. Wong from Captain Cook, and Mr. Tagami. These people spoke words into my life when I needed the support the most. Their words have carried me through the hardest times of my life. They have always been there for me in my lowest points. That man right there, that says, "Thanks for 2 great years, keep!" Exclamation mark. Best of luck in the future. Keep the faith. Tag. To this day, to this moment, I've always kept the faith. That's what's brought me here. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. Because who sees a grown man at 6'4" with a view crying in high school? Now, you're going to be on the road to success. One day, I know you are. You're probably already on it right now. It's important that you find people like Mr. Tagami and you hold on to their words. Hold on to those people. It might be your parents. It might be another teacher. It might be a coach. It might be a tutor. I don't know. It might be Miss Nasha. She's right here. If y'all want to say thank you to her, like all the students. Come on. You guys are doing thanks. However, the path to success in Vancouver kind of looks something like this. So this is what you got to do first. You gotta go buy one of these $25 books from Chapters that have like 30 pages in it and no lines. Next, you gotta buy yourself a $5 pen that like barely works. The next thing you gotta do is you gotta go to this hipster coffee shop and buy a $5 coffee. And before you start your plan and writing out all your goals, you take a picture of it. That's actually my picture. So I might be the only one in this room. Don't lie, I know it's you. So, this is what it looks like. You sit down, you sip on that coffee, didn't even taste that good. You start writing your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and it almost seems quite easy. It's almost like it's a straight line. However, it doesn't always work that way. So you might, take a couple steps towards your path of success and your goals and your dreams, but life hits you. So I'll take a step here, take another one. Oh, I failed the test, stumble, and you fall off that line of success. In this case, it's quite easy for me to encourage myself to get back on. So I might say, Keith, you can actually do this. All right, I'll get back on. And I'll keep going. Keep going, one after the other. However, life gets harder. Maybe a family member gets sick, stumble. Maybe you break up with your girl or your guy, stumble. Maybe you actually fail that course, maybe you get fired from your job, stumble. Now getting back onto that path of success is almost impossible. It's actually really hard to encourage myself to get back on there. That's where you need support. So can you get Brian and Maggie to help me out here? So like, in my life, I had Mr. Tagami. I had people supporting me. So as I'm walking this path of success, I might take a couple steps and I'll stumble. But my girl Maggie's got my back. I might take another couple steps more. Boom! My boy Brian, he's got me. He's flexing so hard right now. He's been working out. He's got me. Now, stay here, guys. So now, you got support. You got people cheering you on. However, there's going to be those moments where you're going after your dreams and you're going after these large goals and you can't actually see where you're going. The only thing you can see is probably one step in front of you. Now, the support that's in your life is going to help you in those moments. Why? Because even though I cannot see my end goal, I can see my first step and I can walk. So I can take one step. And I can take another. And as I start to stumble, my support's holding on to me. As I start to take another step, I stumble. I can't really see where I'm going. I don't think I can make this. It's so dark. No one's ever done this before. My support's got me. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Now, my last point is, you know how I said that there's talents inside of you that the world's waiting to see. There's a purpose in your life that only you can discover, that motivational stuff. Yeah, I got an answer for that. It's your passions. What are you passionate about? Passion is what's going to get you up in the morning when it's not. Now we live in Vancouver, so I don't know if it's going to rain, snow, or be sunny. So I mean, most days you won't feel like getting up and going after your dreams. Passion will wake you up. Passion will get you back off the ground and help you take another step on the pathway to success. Passion is what's going to drive you. Passion is going to be the thing where people don't have to pay you $1 to do your passion because you love it so much. Now, what's my passion? This. Inspiring people. Telling them that you're not a failure. You're not weird. You're not a bad kid. That you can make it. Whatever dreams you're dreaming right now, you can achieve them. As I stand here today, I'm so grateful because I knew the truth. I had people supporting me, and I've been pursuing my passions. The last thing I want to leave you with is in those dark moments when you don't feel like you can do it anymore, when you just feel like giving up, the truth will always set you free. I'm Keith Matthew Knapp. We're all living out God's plan.